and you don't want to put all your eggs in that basket.
Yeah.
Kassadin, this is another Kassadin spot. Given that Nidalee, Ezreal, Azir, Nautilus, Wukong, there's not a whole lot of reliable CC to hold him down. So it would have been very nice, but they've opted in to the Ekko. And I'm unsure how the Wukong versus Illaoi matchup goes. I'll be completely honest with you. It's not one that I have pretty much any idea about. And I can only try to guess how things will end up going. I don't know what the interaction on the Test of Spirit versus the Decoy.
I would just assume that if you test Spirit of the Decoy, it doesn't connect, right? But we'll have to confirm that in the game just to make sure.
Yeah.
As we did come in with more magic damage there at the end with the Ekko into the Azir. We see that often into the Azir. And again, it does feel like T1 oftentimes do pick champions that they just are comfortable on. Faker, obviously, he is the highlight of the opening here in summer on his Azir. He's currently 5-0 on the pick. And so he picks that one up, Teddy, for the Ezreal as well, Cuzz for Nidalee, etc., etc. But we'll see if they can just bully their way ahead of SP with this kind of draft.
And, well, Illaoi, Graves, Ekko, Ashe, and Zyra. I really do like the draft. It's just so unfortunate that they're going up against T1. And so the gap between the teams might not mean that it matters, but if there's going to be a draft that they would have a chance at taking down T1, it would be this one.
Well, that's exciting to hear. I mean, we saw it yesterday with KTE having some pretty nice drafts and DRX drafting straight into them and then playing straight into them. But we'll have to see if T1 can have a better start here as the junglers are going to spot each other in the river. I'm just spanning out here, no invading nonsense. We saw a lot in week 1 where everybody was invading, but that's kind of calmed down since.
Well, seems like everyone is just going to play it really safe. No one's even going to attempt to really advance forward. Is that Prestige Zyra that I see? Yeah. You're going to want to make sure to get that for yourselves in the shop if you're a Zyra player as well. That way that win or lose, the opponents they know. They understand. That,
they're not as cool as you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they lose in one way, even if they win the game.
Honestly, I mean, take the advice from Brendan Bronze 5 Valdez here.
Yes.
He uses that tactic.
That's how I win all my games, through mental warfare of having the better skin.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Even if I can't climb out of Bronze 5, it's, it's just, you know, win in other ways.
It's totally fine.
And there's a lot of interesting stuff here. I mean, a lot of people want to watch Faker in the mid lane. I think the jungle matchup is going to be pretty interesting to see if Cuzz can get some effective early ganks off up against this Graves that should be mostly farming. Down in the bottom, we have Zyra, which we haven't seen in a long time. And then, of course, we were curious about the top lane and this matchup, which we do not see very often. Hopefully, more people will pick up Illaoi.
Yeah.
In, soon.
We can hope, but a lot of things do seem to move like molasses uphill in January here in the LCK. As Cuzz is going to get spotted out by the Hawkshot, by Hybrid. And honestly, he has such a peculiar Nidalee path that he's going for. I truly don't understand it. And okay, it has been a very long time. Poor JJ was the last person to lose with it versus Longju Gorilla. 1,068 days ago. LCK combo, though, 71.1% win rate.
Yeah, it's crazy that Ashe and Zyra have been played this much together, but I suppose in past metas, this has been a thing. That's a really nice hook from Effort.
Yep.
Just a little trade that's going to get a nice amount of damage onto Hybrid, who is going to have to pop his pot. Nautilus will happily trade that damage as the tank in the bottom lane.
And, well, Mickey is just coming over. Flawless does end up getting the Scuttle Crab. Might make his way through mid. Honestly, both of these junglers' paths are a little bit interesting. Lots of camps are just being left up and sort of going by the wayside. Nidalee now going to have to move over to the left-hand side, and because Ekko is the one that had... what is Graves? What?
He's trying to double scuttle.
No, I mean, he's trying to double scuttle, but he goes for the Scryer, but Illaoi has vision of Wukong, and Mickey has teleport, so it's a little... He took a overly safe route.
Yeah.
And fortunately for him, Nidalee ended up just going over to the Wolf Camp. Prompts respawned. Hawkshot comes out again, and Faker...
Oh, trying to burst him down here, but that's not really going to work. Flawless now will just walk away, so it's not really all that effective. Faker even going to get the cannon at the end of the day, even if he misses some of those range minions.
Oh.
He kind of missed that one, though.
Yeah.
He didn't even hit the decoy, so we need to...
But it seems like that is the intention, is to use the decoy in response, and so I'm looking forward to seeing the interaction. And first dragon of the game is going to be Infernal. Now, Ikssu, he can just recall. Yeah, the size of the minion wave is just so big, he gets a recall off for free, whereas Canna's not going to have the same luxury. Canna will eventually have to commit a teleport in order to be on even footing with Illaoi. So let's see where she ends up going with the build. It's going to be Kindle Gem and a Cloth Armor picked up, so getting the HP, CDR, a little bit of armor as well versus the Wukong. And the Graves is, he's sitting pretty, but honestly, because of the opening route he chose to do, he's a little bit slow on his clear. And so Nidalee and him are pretty neck and neck. Not the end of the world. Teleport going to come out by Teddy, and we are in a little bit of a lull state. I don't expect to kill here till maybe 13, 14 minutes. Valdez.
Oh, man.
I just want to let you know.
Yeah. I mean, neither junglers actively looking for ganks. None of the lanes are setting up for those ganks. And, well, Cuzz taking a little bit of damage, but
Zyra does quite a bit.
That's fine.
Did you see the tweet from Riot Stat Magic?
No, I don't believe I did. What did he say?
He said that he was moving positions within Riot to work on an unannounced project. We can hope for an MMO.
The MMO. It's already starting, but if they're starting now...
I mean, it could have already been happening, and then he moved over.
So, okay.
Who knows?
So Riot Stat Magic.
Yeah.
Oh.
There we go. Oh!
We have some League of Legends to talk about, Cuzz. A little bit of a spot, but Faker, the best Hyung, is going to save him as the older brother here on the team puts up that wall to save his buddy. That will mean that the third scuttle is going to go towards Flawless, as it looks like both junglers were heading that way. Also, Cuzz did have to flash away from that just to survive, so a bit unfortunate for him. So, Riot Stat Magic, what does he do within Riot? Just curious.
Well,
do you know, like,
I'll
is
look
he like a game designer, or, you know?
Not a big deal. I'll look.
Go ahead and take a little look as we see this Infernal Drake is going on. There's not much else to talk about during this game, guys, so we're gonna just see this Infernal going down after the jungle mid duo ends up winning on the side of SP, who will take down that one, which is always going to be quite nice. They have a lot of scaling damage on their team.
It's very, very good, especially for Ekko, too, who utilizes the hybrid aspect of it. So the tweet read, after 5 years, I'm wrapping up my time on League of Legends and TFT next week. I'm moving to Riot's research and development group to work on an unannounced project. Ooh. We can, everyone can hope. Everyone can hope.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Well, anyways, so T1, the thing about them is they don't play to try to win lane, and it almost feels very bizarre, and it's one of the problems that plague a lot of teams that have elite players sometimes, in that the laners aren't trying to coordinate with the jungler, and the jungler's not trying to coordinate with the laners. They're just sort of trying to do their own thing and coast by, and then they'll win out later by just having better team fighting and better team cohesion.
Trying to burst down Flawless here after he took the red. He's got Flash, but there's the passive, and there is the first blood given over to Teddy. And now he's got red buff, and he's on his Ezreal. Yeah. That is not worth it for SP, I guarantee it, as Teddy will be super happy with that trade.
Yep. And Mickey is just trying to endlessly push in Faker and maintain control over that. But Graves obviously dying right there. Very unfortunate. Not the end of the world. I mean, SP did get the first Infernal. I mean, the Nidalee pick's not really doing anything right now, so you have to wonder, if you're going to play like this, I mean, why don't you just have Karthus, I guess, at that point?
Yeah.
Or...
Well, Karthus can't heal.
Oh, okay.
You heard my cast the other day with Wadid? Soraka with Spear.
Okay.
That's the name of, that's the name that the Korean community likes to give to Nidalee.
Okay.
Because she heals up a ton. But she has a spear, so Soraka with Spear. Interesting concept. Wasn't Karthus getting buffs, or weren't they like considering buffs?
He just got buffed.
Great.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yes.
I'm gonna check out or Blitz GG and see you're up at like Grandmaster after 2 days.
Well, I haven't played in over a month.
Yeah, but now that Karthus got buffed, I mean,
too much going on. Too much going on.
True.
Well, SP, they are down 1,000 gold, which is very interesting. And they have 2 turret plates down here in bottom.
Ooh, that was close. They're trying to burst down the Ezreal with the combo. Effort gets right in their face, but look at that Zyra damage alongside of the Ashe. They're both going to be zoned out. Even though the two of them did take a bunch of damage, Zyra still has some healthy mana. And they're actually going to push this bottom lane away. Actually, they're staying. Yeah. As everybody from T1 now is rotating down to the bottom side. But this will be spotted, and even a heal is going to be used to get out of here.
And so they end up managing to retreat. They almost get that last turret plate. I am trying to understand right now, where is the gold lead coming from? It's 1,000, but you look at mid, they're almost dead even. Jungle, dead even. They have a plate advantage down in bottom. I mean, there's a plate, I guess, taken up in top lane. Zyra must be having more gold on her item than Nautilus. And so it's first blood, kill, and assist, but that... I don't understand. Where it's...
Well, okay, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Thanks, right?
Yeah, thank you. So 300 in top lane. How... Okay, 400 in jungle. Mid is ahead by 100. And Ezreal is ahead of Ashe.
Yeah, it's that gold.
That's the first blood, yeah.
Effort is very close to dying. They can't quite close the gap, though. And now they're going to try to get on top of Faker here. He's going to dash away. Mickey nearly forced to ultimate, but there's a lot of posturing here around this Drake that is about to spawn. Faker at full health, Mickey on low, but he's got TP. He wants to push him back. Going to stay in range for the XP of the cannon and then go. Actually, he's sticking around here.
Yeah.
Not going to TP yet.
And so Flawless just going to pick up the Scuttle Crab. He is level 7. Cuzz is level 8, even though they're dead even. And it seems like everyone is just posturing right now. And they want to just pick up this mountain right away. Mickey has teleport. Faker has to be a little bit careful. Zyra is so scary in a spot like this, yeah.
T1 is not really responding. This Nidalee should be dead. He's going to try to heal just barely at the end. And now he's on the run, and he will actually get away. There's that big heal coming in from the Nidalee as everyone else on the map is just going to be pushing. They kind of just ignore the dragon fight. Nobody dies. So they'll get a decent amount of plates here to T1, but that is 2 Drakes already built up for SP, and it's Ocean Drake Soul coming up here next.
And so Ocean Soul is really strong for them if they can end up getting it. We'll see what they can manage to do. Teddy, the question, obviously, the minigame that he has to be playing is, can he have the Muramana online at the Ocean Drake timing? So 17.5 minutes is the race that he's against. Mickey's going to pick up another turret plate here, as Cuzz is just currently doing the Gromp. And you can really see the power of Zyra regardless of what's happening. Her terrain control, the damage that she ends up offering. Now, SeolHaeOne friends, they do troll here a little bit because that teleport's unnecessary. They already had it. You have to wait for the opponents to commit to it. And so ikssu, with a little bit of a questionable usage of that summoner spell.
Gives up a lot up in the top side. Faker is going to block Mickey in a really awkward spot. With Graves nearby at the same time, there will not be a response to this push in the top side. That will be plates and first blood turret going to the Wukong and the Nidalee. Oh, this is a bit awkward. They're going to find Flawless here in the jungle once again. He is super low. That Q was so close, but he will not burn down.
Well, they really... No, they're not going to actually end up getting it. And Zyra just scouting some things out. That's another cool, underappreciated part of her plants, is the vision aspect. And I'm really glad. So, remember the arguments that used to be presented about why you couldn't take Zyra into Nautilus was because he could just grab her and then he would be dead. Yeah. Grabbing a whole lot here as he hugs the turret.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, actually, if that was real arguments. Setting up the soldiers here is Faker, and Nidalee, with that extra attack speed, just going to get in there and chop it down.
Well, T1 is just casually at a 2,500 gold lead. Almost 3,000. Math is going to be the gold advantage. And I mean, it's kind of insane where nothing is really happening, but the laners are all just, for the most part, really winning almost on their own accord. Obviously, the Rift Herald was picked up. Canna has been doing a phenomenal job in that lane, but again, well, actually, I guess I can't really comment on if it's a phenomenal job because I don't know how the matchup is supposed to go. Maybe Wukong decimates Illaoi, and in which case, ikssu's actually doing good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you know? It's one of those things. Caster, by the way.
Yeah, one of those things. I mean, there's so many different matchups. It's impossible to know them all. Effort is a little bit awkward. He's fine. Just chilling. He's not down on the bottom side. They're actually going to ult Mickey here. I'm not sure why. They just really desperately needed to kill that control ward.
Oh?
And now Mickey's getting on top of Faker. There's going to be the ultimate coming out. And speaking of which, it's going to be slapped down here in the top lane as Canna picks up what looks like an easy solo kill onto ikssu.
It would appear as though Wukong is favored.
Yes.
That's what it's looking like. I'm not totally sure. Illaoi had Black Cleaver, so I don't know how that happened. I'm excited to see the replay, but ikssu's just been getting decimated pretty much on his own accord now at this point.
Oh, that's a good arrow. He is dead meat. Shot in the face by Graves.
And Teddy very low on mana, and it seems like Teddy might have failed the minigame. We'll see, though, if he can actually get the Mirror Mana online. I don't think he's going to be able to. I think he ate a honey fruit in order to get all of that mana back. 20 seconds. Can he do it? Yes or no? Valdez?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
Faker nearly dies to Shirley.
Come on, Teddy. Press your abilities.
He's not spamming
He
nearly enough. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Suspense.
Until next time.
Until All right, so he goes for a Test of Spirit for no reason, because even if you land that, you're just chunking out Canna. And look at the proximity of the next incoming minion waves. What is he staying for anyway? He's not staying around. It's one of those trades where it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when you layer it out and look 45 seconds into the future. So if you're allowed and you're like, okay, if I hit this and I chunk him 50% of his HP, what do I really accomplish? And then you play out that sequence and nothing ends up being the answer.
We see that the Illaoi is struggling a bit up against some of these longer range, the spears and the soldiers that are chunking ikssu down. He's not going to be at full health for this fight. T1 really just going straight down the middle here. ikssu is going to get a little bit of poke damage, but that dragon should be T1's. It doesn't really look like SP are getting in there just yet. Finally, they're going to make some moves.
And okay, they're slowly trying to advance. And this is one of the things that Illaoi can actually do, despite being a melee champion, is she can sort of siege by throwing out the Test of Spirits endlessly. T1 with the Nidalee and the Ezreal do have that poke. Okay, a lot of tentacles are going to be spawned here. Mickey, oh, he's been spotted.
He is spotted. He's going to try to come in here for the flank. See that spear is going to sail entirely wide. It's going to be up to Cuzz to get the steal. No, it's Ezreal. Teddy getting in there, and that is a massive knockup from Canna. Do they have the follow-up damage? Yes, they do! It's Faker sweeping him into the garbage bin, as now Mickey is the only one alive who is going to get out of there. But T1, they take pretty much everything. Extra lives and the dragon on top of it.
And that's probably going to be all that she wrote, as weird as that sounds, because it bought T1 so much time inside of this game for the Ezreal and the Azir. The Wukong is already so big. And you can see the Illaoi ultimate comes out. It does enormous amounts of damage, but Canna uses ikssu as a leaping pad to get into the backline. And then the follow-up from the Azir, just very good access. Mickey, I mean, he had okay intention here. Just watch. When he finally ends up entering, the fight is almost over. While Ekko does end up killing Nidalee, it doesn't do anything. So the teamwork and team fighting by SeolHaeOne Prince just not on the same level as T1 in that team fight.
Oh,
ooh, that was really close, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Ekko would have ult, but it would still... They would end up getting that out of him.
Yeah, potentially force it. I think he's doing his best to put on the pressure, but against Azir, you're not really going to have a fun time pushing. And we'll see what goes on from here. Knowing T1, I don't think they're going to look for unnecessary fights, so we might just have to wait another 3 minutes for the next Ocean Drake. Canna, he's been putting on a class up on the top side on, you know, how to win that matchup here. He's got the most gold in the game by far, as he has picked up 3 kills. Whoa. And there's the flash. They found the Ashe, and that should be enough damage. Teddy is going to get the 1, and Faker will pick up the 2. Nice little catch there, effort, able to set that one up as Hybrid was out of position without flash on Ashe.
And in an interesting turn of events, they're not going for Baron, which is a little surprising. They had everyone in close proximity. Ikssu is dead, and Illaoi is the one that you would be afraid of if you're all clumped up. Ashe dead as well, but they're choosing to play it very, very, very safe. And let's just take a look at this one more time. So, effort, really nice flash pull onto Hybrid. And you have to wonder why he's even really there. Ikssu even using the Illaoi ultimate, Leap of Faith, I believe is the...
I think it is, yeah.
I played that quiz, by the way. I only got 22 wrong, I think.
Out of how many?
The entire champion pool.
Oh, wow.
148? That
is a lot.
Yeah.
Of champions. I mean, you probably did a really good job in that case compared to most.
I'm gonna test you during the break.
Oh no.
you're the play-by-play.
Oh man. I'll have to do some studying. Those ability names. I see them all the time in Korean, but not necessarily in English, so it's a little bit hard.
I want to point out, by the way, that if we look at the gold score right now in the state of the game, SeolHaeOne Prince is losing. And so I would like to draw your attention to Zyra's inventory. That's actually a replica. It's not not the real deal.
Oh.
I never actually sold that to her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Kids these days, you know.
It's not quite...
they fake anything.
Yeah. Not quite the same amount of stats. Feels bad. Secret, you know, he thought he was buying the right thing. The real deal.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Should have asked you prior to buying it, probably. The salesman himself.
Well, at this point in the game, things are looking very rough. Had SeolHaeOne Prince actually managed to get the Ocean, there still would have been a bit of tension. given that if they manage to somehow steal the Ocean Soul, and I'm talking about a heist equivalent to T1 stealing the victory away from Genji, if you recall that game.
Yeah.
That was DB Cooper of League of Legends history. Okay. Well, it seems like there's a turning point in this matchup, is what I'm gathering here.
Ult is coming down. He's actually doing a nice amount of damage, but
Illaoi is down 2 levels. Oh, Canna?
Here comes the knockup. Cuzz is like, do I have to be there or not? I don't know, dude. The spear, I don't think it landed, but the heal is going to be enough to at least get the kill. Here's a dive onto Faker, as he's just going to get the hell out of there. Doesn't want any more of that. But honestly, I feel like in this kind of style, you know, Mickey is going to win the side lane, but the middle is going really well for T1.
The thing also is that ikssu just got Death Stance. He was fighting that down 1.5 core items. Almost was that fight, and 2 base levels. So Illaoi, unfortunately, she's one of those champions where it just feels like you kill her no matter how. She's like Yasuo, 0-10, and still somehow ends up doing something.
It's so annoying.
So, and I think that a lot of people, they look at champions like that and they think that it's not really balanced, but it's actually a testament to their base scaling and their innate ability to be strong, because by the time it takes you to be 0-10, you must have accumulated enough gold to hit certain item breakpoints, and then also be a certain base level. And that's what makes you so strong. So Illaoi, in this trade, manages to actually beat Wukong, and it was because Cuzz comes in that they're able to clean it up. But that aspect of the game, I think, is overlooked very, very often, because there's champions that don't have that. Take, for instance, Darius. If Darius is 0-10, he's probably even on base level, and it doesn't matter if he's even on gold, he's not as effective. There's certain chances.
Oh, they're going to get the stun here on a Cuzz. He is going to live. Soraka with spear strikes again. How many times has he lived just barely on that last bit of HP? As ikssu, not sure about that, buddy. He's going to have to flash away. And he was all alone in there, by the way. There was nobody really to help him, with Mickey not around.
Well, 5,000 gold advantage right now for T1. Double Ocean Drake as well. Fabled Book has been picked up. And in it is SeolHaeOne Sprint's last right.
Yeah.
I believe, as
Watch
well as
effort. Oh, the flash was really nice, but it's not going to feel very nice when you get smacked down by the rest of the team. They're going to keep the Baron somewhat leashed. Gained about, 3,000 health, but it doesn't really matter as they pick up 2 more kills. And T1, they are sailing onto a victory from here. Nearly 8,000 gold ahead. All their carries are fed. And they're going to put this one to bed.
Yeah. I think this game is just waiting for one final push. Could just end it. So the Ashe Hour comes out, it ends up hitting the Cougar. And there is the Shurima Shuffle. Mickey was still in the air, he can't activate the Ekko ultimate. ikssu comes in here, just not really getting the value on his ult that he would really hope for. Still does obscene amounts of damage.
나 넘어간다 이거.
I'm going in.
이거. 나왔어.
Got him.
And things are looking very good. Canna is going to take away the Gromp right there. Now we'll see how Wukong manages to do against Ekko here in the side lane.
Well, he's doing pretty well in the 1v1. That is Canna, but once the 2 of them come in, that's going to make it much harder. But here is Cuzz, and not quite going to get that heal off, but at least Wukong will get the 1 kill. Mickey with no ultimate is just going to be sniped down, and now they get that lockdown onto the Graves. There you go, double kill. Going to be handed over to the side of Teddy. And this fight is actually pretty even. Faker's going to lose that one, even with that little bit of health.
Water beats ground.
Yeah, we saw it there.
Yeah.
Death stance.
Illaoi comes from the depths, and
yeah,
last I checked, zero sand. So.
Yeah. There you go.
He probably should have played Pokemon. Sure.
He didn't get his resistances right this time around, so maybe he'll do a little bit of more studying. As that time effort tried to get the flash engage again, but that does mean, after it ends, that they are not going to be able to push this turret just yet. The game has not officially ended in any capacity just yet. It's a nice amount of damage, though.
And it looks like they're just going to back off. They only ended up getting one inhibitor. Now, if Faker killed Illaoi, they would have raised the top tier 2 as well. They have almost a 10,000 gold lead, so not the end of the world. Let's take a look at the Monkey King here do his thing as Mickey trying to 1v1, gets a little bit of help from Zyra. They both end up getting knocked up. Flawless trying to do everything that he can too, commits his ult point blank range, and ends up being a 1-for-1, but then Teddy landing that Mystic shot. Really good hook by effort. And yeah, let's take a look at this. So ikssu lands the Test of Spirit onto Faker, manages to hit everything, activates the Corrupting Potion a little bit late, casts the ult, and another Test of Spirit lands, and he just gets it. No reaction. I think that he's defeated mentally.
Yeah. You know, I mean, we've all seen the commercials where ikssu is screaming. I'm not talking about yelling in happiness. He is screaming his head off.
If any of them are actually even talking, because
well, we usually like turn down the other players' volumes down to like 95%.
Mickey just said something.
Yeah,
no,
they're talking a little bit.
All right.
Just can't really tell in those little segments where we're just highlighting the one player. See that Mickey is playing it careful up at the top side, knows that he could be getting collapsed upon.
Okay, that's cool.
Well,
that's cool.
I was looking at the damage dealt graph. I didn't even know he was dying. I look up and then immediately he's just dead.
Well,
and I think the same thing is going to happen here to Mickey. As, yeah, he does a nice amount of damage, but not nearly as much as the entire team of T1. And yeah, now they're just going to go ahead and push in. They already have 3 Ocean Drakes. They don't even need to wait for that Ocean Soul.
Well, this could just be the Doom push. The death timer is still very long on Ekko. ikssu is going to try to do his best here to at least hold the turret. It is going to work. Illaoi is pretty cool.
Oh, he's going to get hooked, though.
Yeah.
And that might be the end of him. Teddy.
It's honestly a raid boss, though. Like, trying to take down Illaoi.
They got through phase 1, and then like phase 2 came next. Got some new mechanics here.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're just going to go ahead and push down mid. Teddy has reached the point of no return, where you basically can't do anything against him, and he's going to 1v5 you. And yeah, just no real hope for SP here. They're going to Zyra ult the wave, try to clear it as much as possible. But more and more waves are coming in. Note that T1 does not have Baron, which can often happen on these game-ending pushes. They're going to try to get in here, but there is the double, or actually the single knock-up on the Hybrid. There's the double on the Flawless. And that will be the end of this one, guys. 26 kills. It's a lot more than usually happens in T1 games, but they just couldn't help themselves. The amount of damage and how far ahead they were in this one. GG.